What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about how I think that the beats on the new album Scaled and Icy by 21 Pilots were created. If you haven't heard this album yet, it's the 6th album from 21 Pilots. Just came out a couple weeks ago, and 21 Pilots is a duo consisting of Tyler Joseph and Josh Dunn. And honestly, these guys never fail to impress me with their musical style. It's so awesome to listen to. You know, this album incorporates a lot of their kind of signature style, but they also bring some kind of new elements to the table with this one. Listening to this album, I heard a lot of pop elements, some electro, some R&B. It's kind of like a brighter tone than some of their previous releases, which I really like personally. You know, and going back to their previous releases, I feel like this album has a bit of a more commercial sound. I feel like all the songs sound really, radio ready. Everything just kind of sounds really polished, which again, I don't mean that in any bad way. And also through listening to this album, I, heard a lot of the same elements from track to track. This album I think is really consistent with all the tracks on it. I heard a lot of songs that use kind of similar drum patterns, drum techniques, similar kind of chord progressions that capture a consistent feel throughout the album. And that's what I want to really break down in this video, is how they created that vibe on their new album. I'm going to be referencing Choker and Shy Away kind of a lot in this video. These songs, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were the first singles that they dropped on this album. They're also the most popular ones from this album, at least according to iTunes, and some of my favorite songs for this album. So let's open up FL Studio and start working on this. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is figure out a tempo. I know this album, some of the songs, like those two singles, they're more upbeat, so I want to kind of figure that out. Let's go with a nice 172 as a BPM. And I'm actually going to be using my bedroom pop drum kit here to figure out some drums to use on this. Let's see, I have some hi-hats in this kit too that we can take. Alright, we have a pretty fast drum beat, so that's gonna be the bass line of this track. Let's go on over to Splice and let's look up, I don't know, kind of a funk guitar sound. They do a lot of cool, strumming, that disco kind of strumming pattern, which I'm not too good at, so I'm gonna rely on Splice for that. I want to just add a little bit of reverb onto this guitar, just because since I chopped it up, there's a little bit of silence in some spots, so let's just add some reverb to fill that out. Alright, now I want to figure out some chords. I'm going to just find some kind of synthy chords to use in the background for now. We might replace them with a guitar later, but just to figure it out. Alright, we're gonna work with that for now. I don't know how I fully feel about these last two chords, but I really like the first two. So we'll just play around with it, maybe change it later on. But now I want to figure out just a bass pattern. And I just want to go for kind of a deep, repetitive kind of, strumming bass sound. So let's use Trillion here. Alright, in Trillion, let's see what we can find here. Just want kind of a basic sound. And let's just follow the low end of those chords here. Copy those, and Alt-U, gonna make the strumming pattern. Alright, I like that. Let's see, should really play these chords live, I guess. And then we'll get the full strumming pattern here. Alright, what do we hear? Alright, I'm just gonna do some other kind of strumming chords to create kind of a harmony type of thing. I think it'll like fill out the space a little bit. Still learning guitar, so I don't know all these chords off the top of my head, right? But those kind of sound cool. I'm sure there's someone out there who's going to be watching this video and just like absolutely hating my guitar skills right now. But hey, I think it sounds good, so why not, right? Let's add some effects onto this guitar recording too. Let's see what we can get here. I think that's pretty cool. Like it definitely has, like, you know, the I feel like that's the same vibe as our album kind of. Let's see what else we can add, kind of stack the layers a bit. Let's load up Diva and try and find something here just to stack with those chords. Let's see if that works. No, it's too, it doesn't fit. Let's see if I can just come up with some sort of like strumming guitar. I should kind of take the time to learn these guitar chords and play it and have like a real recorded guitar because it would sound good. But for the purpose of demonstration, I'm going to load up Nexus and see if we can get like a somewhat realistic guitar and kind of come up with some guitar strums. Alright, so it's definitely getting there. I feel like for the hook, I need to, if this was the hook, and I'm probably just going to keep it as the 4 bars, just again for demonstration purpose, I would definitely want to make the hook like really big and powerful, like on Shy Away, right? Like there's a lot of kind of bright in-your-face sounds, and that's what I'm trying to kind of recreate a little bit. And Nexus is a really good VST, I think, for creating those like really bright, commercial, pop-ish kind of sounds. Let's see if I can do some type of ear candy thing. Again, going to arcade, just figuring out like some type of puzzle piece, just maybe for the last thing for this video, just to add. All right, let's do this 80s kit and see what we can kind of find, because there's a lot of good sounds, like especially for rock style stuff in this kit here. So let's see what we got here. Set this to, what are we, A minor. Might be a little bit too much there. Alright, I found a good sound, but it's like destroying my CPU right now. So I'm just going to quickly kind of render everything so we can hear it. Alright, so this was the sound that I had from arcade. I just rendered it to save a little bit of memory on my computer, since I didn't think there was too much on this beat, but maybe it's because I'm recording all this stuff. And honestly, I want to kind of leave it like this. I know like the style of 21 Pilots, they don't do a lot of like in your face, like catchy like vocal chops and melodies and all these like stuff. So I just want to see. Alright, so I do like I said, like I want to leave it kind of simple, but this is how I would kind of put the song together. A little bit of an intro and then going into this hook. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this video there, guys. Hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like and a comment and a subscribe, all that deal. But also, let me know if there's other albums or any artists you want to break down, because I'm kind of thinking of making this like a, type of video, a series, where I want to find an album that I really like. I want to listen to it all the way through, and then I want to figure out like the specific things that the producers or the artists did on that album. I want to break it down and kind of recreate that vibe from scratch. So I'm thinking about making this like a whole video series, if you guys like it, of course. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.